The wall is finally up. Sorry it took longer than it was supposed to. Lots of music over the last 3 weeks. Kind of gonna try to grab songs from each week. So it's gonna be a mix. Some of the older stuff, some stuff that just came out. So bear with me on that. Thank you for remaining patient. Didn't mean for it to take as long as it did, but moving and then getting these prints up. And then if you see in the time lapse, I actually messed this up with wanting to have 7 rows of 10 instead of 8 rows of 9. It was a lot of work, but it's done. It's here. The wall's set up. This is the 3rd variation of this now, and at first I'm always like, nah, I like the last one better, but I'm sure it'll grow on me. Speaking of the wall, you might notice it's arranged a little bit differently than it was in the past. So instead of kind of just going alphabetically, which if you notice that's how the last 2 were, and then the first one, I just repeated a bunch of artists. So everybody on here only gets 1 entry, except Flume. So there should only be 1 artist on each of these. So the way I did this is kind of just like chronologically, like my story of how I got into electronic music. So if you go down each column, this is kind of the order in which I listened to basically all these albums. Give or take, some of the order might be a little messed up based on my memory, but yeah, I just kind of went through by picking each of my favorite artists' albums. So for example, Illenium with Awake was definitely listening to Illenium prior to that album, but that's my favorite, so you can see how that goes on. And then the most recent of stuff on the right side, Fractals and so on. But yeah, that's how I did this one. Hope y'all like it. Let's jump into it. So I'm hoping I get the audio set up correctly. This is a new audio setup as well, so bear with me if the mix isn't exactly the same as it usually is. Armand Hammer, Nurko, got the merch. I feel like this needs to be a little louder. Yeah, I mean, it's got his typical structure to it. Sounds on brand for Nurko. Don't really notice any touch of Armand Hammer so far. Got like this kind of punk electronic crossover, which lends itself nicely to the melodic bass side of things. Not usually my favorite combo, but I like the melody throughout the drop. You can kind of hear teased, you know, in that wall of sound. Not crazy about it, if I'm being honest. It's not my favorite of his. You know, nothing totally new in terms of, you know, what we've heard from him. Really felt Nurko heavy. Don't really know. I mean, not that I can't really pick out a sound that Armand Hammer has. They've kind of bounced around a couple of different trends, but yeah, that definitely felt like a more Nurko heavy project. I'll have to give that another listen. Alright, this one was highly requested in the comments on the community page. Speaking of which, make sure you keep up with me on the community page. Sometimes I'll post questions and stuff on there. Yes! Oh, the snare cuts right through everything. That blend of like the future bass, melodic bass feel. Ah, that's probably song of the week. That's gonna be tough to beat. That's right up my alley. Natural set. The bridge is nice. I like what he did there with the melody. On the word Oblivion, it goes up. I don't know what chord that is. Kill me with the filter. Nice. Yeah, with this style of music, it's hard to do that right, because a lot of it's so recycled. The structure is very similar. So with those melodic bass tracks and those future bass tracks that just kind of hit, yeah, when those kind of tracks, you know, are done right, they really stick out. And that's just a perfect example of that. I feel like Fairlane's on the side of on that side of things more often than not. So good project. All right, we got Wide Awake, Odesza, Charlie Houston. Was a big fan of the last one they dropped. What was it? Forgetting the name. Behind the Sun. It's kind of that tribal feel, reminiscent of Loyal. This feels like it's gonna be 4 on the floor. Ooh. I like the drums in the intro, the verse here. They're always kind of experimenting. It sounded like some congas and yeah, just off of my first impressions, this feels a lot more mellow than Moment Apart. Like, just as a whole, I'm assuming the project's going to be a lot more chill. Like, a Moment Apart had so many more grandiose moments, it feels like, and just from the pre-releases, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of build and release, you know? Almost sounds like a different take on a steel drum. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one another listen. I feel like this was one that's gonna grow on you. Seems to be a lot of like a jungle, kind of like tribal feel to a lot of their stuff on this one. Granted, we've had a little bit of that before from them, but interested to see how it all comes together. Alright, Kaiwachi EP. SOUNDR had the best track with Midas back when they did, oh, I'm forgetting the name. Homesick, that's what it was. Alright, Bill. Oh, wow. I love how he worked his, like, distorted, saturated growls into her chorus. The vocals and that really balance nicely. Nice with the chorus effect on it too. Her and Run should do a duet on like a nice long ballad. Oh. I love that pre-drop on the second. That little guitar riff and her voice. Wow, that was cool. Oh man, that's gonna be close too for Song of the Week. Shit. Alright, If Found. The Slander label. It's been doing some good stuff lately. Seems to have a pretty dynamic range too. Big kick drum. I like that riser. Yes! Oh! Really caught me off guard. I thought it was going to be a lot more like Melodic. Oh, the kick! Love how the end of that phrase, man. This is what I expected in the first half. I'm glad he went with the other way around. Because this is far more predictable, slightly less entertaining, but it's a nice touch. It's got that dynamic range. You can do both. Him and Kaiwachi on the last one. I think that's becoming a lot more common. The melodic and the heavy all in one. People like the hybrid. Ganja White Knight, LSDREAM. You know we're gonna get wonky. I like all the pitched drums so far. Good attention to detail. not like mind-blowing, but it's enjoyable. Nice melodic bass growls. Surprised we're not doing more triplets. Ganja usually favors those triplets. It's got that reggae origin to it. Ooh, wow. Can we hear that drum fill one more time? Hold on. So tight. It's growing on me. Oh! Yeah. This is gonna be popular. I can see this being played out by a lot of different artists in a lot of different sets. Yeah, it's just got that infectious feel to it. Alright, Monster Cat, Direct, CloudNone, Elixir. Pretty cool album art. Should be a good one. Ooh. It's a pretty busy way to kick things off. I like where we're getting right here. Oh, wow. Get your headphones out. Yeah, I love that vocal tag at the end. Yeah, I don't know if I would have started it off as busy with the, like the breakbeat rhythm that they got going, but this is nice. I would like to hear him do something different here. Like, this is cool. I just like personally don't want to like go back and listen to it, but like I'm gonna add it because it's very creative, and I appreciate the soundscape. All right, We Are Fury, TELLE. Do not sleep on We Are Fury. They've been putting out some good stuff lately. I think their last release was Crown. Really liked that. Vocals feel a little forced. Yeah, they've got this like, I don't know how to describe this sound. It's like these big, winding, brassy kind of. It's got like a trap feel. But I don't know exactly how to describe it. Kind of a punk rock song, but then dips into that heavier electronic side. Ooh, I like what they did with the kick, making it kind of sound like a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, this goes right along with Crown. They both got a similar feel. Real thick 808. Well, I don't like doing remixes, but Illenium Last Heroes, and I don't know if I said during the album review that there's remix potential for this song, but there definitely is. It's been a minute. I think I like it more than the original. But I wasn't huge on Fragments, if I'm being honest. I definitely like this a little bit more than the original. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I have such high expectations every time Last Heroes put something out. Might be a little bit want a little bit more here, but I also don't have the volume super loud. Trying to balance that. That's pleasant. That sounded like what Illenium would have put out if Fragments was on the album Awake. Like if he was producing that in the Awake mindset. That's kind of what it felt like. Alright, we got some CloZee. This French genius. Yo, Taboo sat down with her and did some of the funniest 6 minutes of EDM journalism, if we want to call it that. You should check that out. Yeah, she's just got her own sound but fits it into so many different genres. I mean, she's a genre in her own, but yeah, a lot of familiar sounds and with her sound selection, but it never feels stale, which is a testament to her musicianship, I guess, and just creativity. Yeah, it's that blend of like chill, bassy, with a little bit of the wubs here and there, continuing that world bass sound. That's an ad. That's an ad. Alright, y'all should really check this song out. I'm just kidding. Good meme though. Alright, this also came out during my moving / little hiatus. Oh, okay. I thought we were going to keep it with the melodic halftime. Sneaky. I mean, I should have expected drum and bass, but I'm not in love with it. It feels like if Seven Lions was going to make drum and bass, but that's probably just the vocalist subliminally telling me that. It's good. I don't know how memorable it is. Alright, let's check out some Axel Boy. Trying to cover a couple different genres, get some bass house. There's so much on the playlist. Make sure y'all are looking at that in the description. It's like 70 songs. Gives me a little bit of a Jaws vibe. What is that? Oh, that's got to be the reference track. It's got like that descending wub. Similar structure for sure. It's good. Nice. Is that Rock the Party? That's what I'm thinking of, right? Let's check. Yeah. Rock the Party. Yeah. Similar idea.
This is a song of the week.
Alright, there's plenty more on the playlist. I try to keep it to 12 each week, trying to get back to a weekly reaction. So bear with me on that. We've got the setup now. Hopefully the audio was good, lighting was good. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.